Morning, guys and gals. Froggy here. I want to get you caught up on my fence repair, my fence rescue project. I'm just trying to get a few more years out of this fence. So what I did, and I showed you a full video on this, that's an easy mender, and I put two of those on the posts that were rotted out at the bottom. Now those are the 4x4 posts, and the slats are also rotted at the bottom where they touch the ground. So I'm going to put these kind of cosmetic pieces. They're more than just cosmetic because they'll actually provide some strength to the fence. Every once in a while one of those slats will fall out. The way they build fences, at least in Southern California, one side has like a strong structure side, and the other side, which is my side here, so this is just a little trim piece. It's barely a 1/4 inch by about 3 inches right here. So that doesn't really provide any strength at all. The other side has a bigger piece of wood. So to cover up the rotten parts on the bottom and to give it some strength, I got some redwood, which is about the best wood you can get for fencing. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 8-foot long lengths. Then I cut them to fit in between the posts, which is roughly 7 feet, give or take a couple of inches. And now I'm going to screw them in. And not using nails, I'm using screws because screws are stronger. So I've already got them in place using just a single screw on each end to get them lined up. Now you don't level these pieces. What you do is you parallel them to the top piece to make it look right, because fences go up and down the contour of the ground. If you look over on the other side there, you can see how that fence on that side is going up, kind of a little bit uphill there. It's going up where the ground of this bare lot, when it was graded, the ground goes up there, and then down on the other side of that fence it goes back down. That's the neighbor on the other side of the fence. So let me show you the screws I got. I wanted to get a size that would fit, oh boy, focus, there. I wanted to get a size that would fit through my redwood piece plus through the existing slat and not protrude, and that ends up being about 1.5 inches. And these are construction screws. They're zinc plated. I know I could have got some other coating that would have been better for the weather, but I couldn't get exactly 1.5 inch. You can get the length but not the coating, or you can get the coating but not the length. So go figure. Anyway, these are called spacks, and they have an interesting, I guess it's patented, finish on them. Makes them easy starting, and it comes with a bit. It's a Torx bit. There's the Torx bit. They give you that. There's nothing special about it. It's just a standard Torx. And I'm going to use those. I'm going to use my little pry bar here to make sure I've got them all spaced out kind of evenly. I'm just going to go along and then quick as I can and screw them all in. And then that'll be the end of that. Well, no, it's actually not the end of that project, because then I've got to pressure wash it and then stain it. Alright, so let me go ahead and do a few of these. So we'll start with that section right there, and I even them up as good, best as I could, and now let's go start screwing some of them in. So, first problem we run up against right away is that there's nothing holding those slats on the other side. So once I go through my new piece, I need something to hold the slat on the other side. I might have to put a screw in, I don't know, a screw up above it to hold it, and then I can screw in below it. I'm not sure how I'm going to work this out. I might be able to just reach behind there with my pry bar or some kind of a tool and hold it enough so that the screw will grab and get in there. One of the nice things I'm finding out about these screws is that you can put them right on the end of the Torx bit and they stay there pretty well, and you can one hand screw them in. You could not do that with a Phillips or a flat blade. Let's see if I can do this. See that? That is pretty cool. So I want to show you that. Well, what I figured out was two things. I use this tool, which is actually, I don't know, I use it mostly as an automotive tool. It's just a pick with a hook on the end of it to hold, like this, to hold pressure towards me. And the other thing I found out was there's enough flex in this so that if I pushed far enough, it hits something up on the other side and it would hold it. Now I want to fasten them on each end to the bottom there, and that'll be a pretty solid, although rotten at the bottom. You can see some of the rotten wood there, but it won't look that bad. It's going to be planted and covered with maybe some ground cover, some mulch or something like that. But I want to, whoops, sorry, I had my finger in the way. I want to screw it in on the ends to give it strength to the 4x4 post. I'm going to use these to secure the section to the 4x4. They're actually made for cabinets, but they are zinc coated and they've got a big head on them, so I think they won't, you know, this won't pull out over the head. So I'll try those. I want to show you one thing. I don't know if some bozo went crazy with a nail gun or what, but this is actually, unfortunately, this is kind of typical of the quality of work you get from a fence company put together. And these are even a little better than average fences, I would say, when they were built 25 years ago. But look at this. I imagine that was probably a nail gun. Nail guns have been around for a long time. This fence was put up about 23 or 4 years ago. So please, try not to be this guy. I am having a crazy time with exposure because I'm going from bright sun to shade, but the main reason I want to put, and I'm going to point with my foot, I want to put something securing the bottom is because roots will grow and roots will move this one way or the other way if it's not held in place by something. So I just want to, you know, give it a little bit of a support so that the roots won't move it around. Maybe the root will go around it instead of moving it, but you never know. Roots are very powerful. So before anybody brings it up in the comments, yes, I could have put a bracket in there, a steel bracket or something, but you know, that's going to cost me $3 or $4 each for those, and just putting a long diagonal screw in there, it's going to do about the same thing. Maybe not quite as strong, but I didn't want to spend the money on a whole bunch of brackets. And the brackets would probably rust more than these zinc coated screws will. Well, I just got an interesting message on my phone. I got a notification. It says, phone is getting warm. Some features will be restricted. Never got that one before, but I'm not surprised because I'm out in the full noon, 1:30 sunlight. Anyway, put it in the shade, work for a while. Now, if it was a really smart phone, it would say, camera operator is getting hot and maybe dehydrated, so he should seek some shade and water. That would be a smartphone. Alright, I got 2 sections done. Going out into the bright sunlight there. Anyway, take my word for it. Just a little slow going. Okay, so we're going to call it good. We've got steel into concrete on 2 of those 4x4s. The rest of them are probably 50 to 60% still solid, but the steel ones will help support the other ones. And we've got redwood. It's 1x5, I think. I'm not sure. Along the bottom, so that'll resist rotting, and it also strengthens the fence sections. So give me a thumbs up or like if this helps you out. Subscribe to my channel if you want more from Froggy. Post down in the comments if you have questions. Ring the bell if you want notifications. Be safe, have fun. Froggy out. Bye-bye.